Well, guys, what's up? Wanted to do a little bit of a late stream. Just got back from a movie. Good evening. What's up, man? How bad was the movie? Yeah. So I saw Joker 2. I didn't think it was that bad, honestly. I mean, I think everyone when they heard it was a musical, it was like, and the musical did not work. I mean, just with his character and how depressing it just doesn't work. And all the musical scenes where they're dancing and stuff, it's all like in his head. It's all dreams. I mean, I thought there were some interesting moments. I didn't think it was like people were making it seem like, oh, you need to walk out of the theater. I mean, it was a little bit longer. It was like 2 hours, 20 minutes maybe, but I didn't think it was horrible. There were a few twists in it. And, the one scene that they showed constantly in the previews when Lady Gaga kisses the lady, they actually cut that out. I kept waiting for it and waiting for it. And that scene never happened. But I mean, I don't think it's as bad as I think people over. I think there's a hive mentality with movies when something gets called horrible, people just all automatically pile in and say it's terrible. But listen, it wasn't that good, but it wasn't terrible. Hey, what's up, everyone? I don't drink pre workout anymore. I can't drink that stuff anymore, man. I can't drink over 100 milligrams of caffeine. Yeah, that's the setup, man. How about that fucking rally? You guys hear what was announced yesterday with Elon Musk being there? Jesus Christ. Dude, that place is gonna be a zoo. Like, and I'm underselling what's gonna be happening in Butler. Elon Musk is going to frickin' Butler, Pennsylvania. Dance music, I'm considering betting 5K on Wisconsin, not joking. This is just my burner account. Don't see how you could lose this. 5K on Wisconsin for Trump to win Wisconsin. What would the odds be, like 50-50? Or maybe Trump's a slight underdog. You could find better odds on Predicted. I know Predicted is they're a lot more liberal in terms of their betting. So you could probably find, I would shop for the best odds out of any Wisconsin, because I don't know if Polymarket would have the best odds. Polymarket has Wisconsin like 50-50. No, I certainly think Trump's winning Wisconsin. I mean, it just comes down to, do you have 5K to burn? I would, I wouldn't do that personally, but I'm not a better like that anyways. Yeah, the first Joker was better. There's no doubt about that. I mean, the second one, it's like, it's not even, I mean, it is the Joker, but they just added some shit into it. I don't know. Are you going to the rally? I don't know, man. I mean, dude, I do want to go to the rally. It's just because I'm just tired of doing like the same fucking four videos every day. I want to do like a bigger video, like an actual good video. And I like doing polling updates, but it's just like, I don't know if I should go to, but I mean, it's just going to be such a zoo. There's no way it would be very hard for me to get in. The thing is with these rallies is people line up at like 7 a.m., 8 a.m. And on top of that, they let a select few in. How Something you'd want to know is how much pollster accuracy churn there is and has been. I mean, the last four elections, but that's very hard to quantify. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like you're talking about different eras almost. I mean, you go back four election cycles. We didn't even have Twitter or X or whatever. It's just hard to really trust their polling compared to where it is now. I don't know. I mean, I think look at 2016, look at 2020. There's a few pollsters that have been really off on Trump. I would give them bad grades, even though if they're historically accurate. I mean, you're talking about Trump. Are you from a swing state? I'm not really from a swing state now. Was Lady Gaga a good actor? I mean, I don't think she did horrible. There was no like embarrassingly bad acting scenes in the movie, honestly. You'll be at the Wisconsin rally on Sunday. Yeah, I'd say get there early, man. Go to the rally and interview Musk. Yeah, that would be funny. Musk is not gonna. You're not gonna be able to talk to Musk, man. They're gonna have Musk behind the fucking behind the bulletproof glass with Trump. They're gonna have Musk speak. JD Vance is speaking. But dude, with that event, I saw the itinerary. You have to get there by 1 o'clock. Well, I mean, if you get there at 1 o'clock, you're not going to get in. But you like the thing doesn't even start till 4 o'clock, and they say if you don't arrive by 1, it's like crazy. It's like, but man, I mean, Trump, dude, I think that event is going to be so crazy. He's speaking around 5 o'clock. If you look at the weather in Butler tomorrow, it's perfectly clear. So you're going to get like the sunset, like the late afternoon. I mean, it's a good time to have the rally too. And like 65 degrees. I tune in every day. Thanks for making these vids. Yeah, no problem, Michael. I appreciate it, man. Did you see the Fuentes debate? Yeah, against the liberal kid. I did see that, yeah. Hillary was supposed to win in 2016. I know it. They got the polls way wrong in 2016. 5 a.m. in Wisconsin, bro. Come on, dude. You go to a rally at 5 a.m. to get first dibs on. The Butler rally is outside in the exact same area. Yeah, it's at the exact same area. I mean, this is like the exact same spot. It's outside. I don't know if it's like the exact same, but I would imagine why wouldn't they do it? You know, it's good publicity for Trump. But it's definitely outside. Will the fight coins pump tomorrow? Well, I'm hoping Elon comes out in a dark MAGA hat or something. But I mean, people have been saying that. I don't know, man. With crypto, it's always sell the news, so I don't know. Hopefully it's 100% secure. I'm sure they'll be on it. I mean, after what happened. As a New York Jets fan, did the Jets trade for Devontae, or is that just you're speculating? I mean, yeah, the Jets kind of have a weird situation, you know. I mean, Garrett Wilson is good. Lazard is just not good. But Aaron Rodgers is obsessed with him, so he always has to have him on his team. Where's Devontae Adams going? I don't know, man. Watch the roof not be secured again. Dude, I tweeted out that Trump at the beginning of the rally should take, but if it is at the same spot, should take binoculars and just peer at the roof. It'd be the biggest troll, and be like, oh, I think it's safe. I think it's I just no. What if Trump would just peered at the roof and is just like just making sure, just making sure. I think the crowd would, but he said he's going to start the rally with the graph, the immigration graph. Tim Pool is, well, I think Posobic's already there. I mean, they're all there, man. It's just going to be such a fucking cess. Just all the Republican commentators, all of them. I mean, Springfield would probably be easier to get into if he had, but I don't think he's going to have one in Springfield now because the mayor said no, and it seems like it's out of the news cycle. Houston beating TC. Yeah, I mean, those teams in the Big 12 are all. It's always a mosh pit. Better cover the water. Remember the water tower sniper? That was. Do you think they will rig it like they did in 2020? Well, it's going to be a lot harder to rig it, man. It's going to be a lot harder. Put a dummy on the roof. Well, that would be a bit trolly there. Yeah, the rally is outdoors. Uh, the next Trump rally is tomorrow. What happened to your chat box? It just didn't make sense to have it on the screen because I was running into problems with trolls. This should be a really good MAGA rally. MAGA rally. Vance 2028. I mean, it's possible if Trump wins, he's going to be the heavy favorite. If Trump loses, it's going to be very hard for him. If you lose as the VP, it's very unlikely you're going to be the next guy. Did you see that something? I don't know who that is, man. I didn't see that they got arrested. I'm not sure who that is. Who do you think won the VP debate? I think pretty much we all agree Vance won. And I mean, I think independents agree that Vance won. CNN said that Vance won. But I think Vance outclassed Walz. It's very clear that Walz doesn't like debating. It is what it is. Vance is a very good talker. really struggled, and is kind of what I expected. They should put a Kamala cardboard cutout on the roof. Oh man, put a Thomas Crooks cutout up there and shoot it with a Nerf gun. Am I attending the rally? I don't know, man. I would have to film it myself. I don't know. I mean, you know, it's like I don't think I would get in because I'm not going to be there at 5 a.m. That's for sure. It's like 2 hours from my house. It's not that far, but I mean that's probably as close as it's get. Yeah, that's probably the closest rally I'll ever have, unless he went to Springfield somehow. But even Springfield is like 2 hours from my house as well. Jason, thank you. You make this season more fun. Yeah, man, it's really we're never gonna have anything like this again with Trump. You know, I hope people understand this. This is pretty much it, guys. Because once whatever happens with Trump, politics is gonna get insanely more boring. Some of you guys may, I mean, I'm sure most of you guys aren't gonna like that, but this is pretty much it. This is like the last hurrah. I feel like, honestly, because it's like we're going to have 4 years, and I mean the election only comes once every 4 years. 2020 was such a stolen shit show, and not even stolen in the sense, well, big tech did steal it. Zuckerberg admitted that, but just like with COVID, it just ruined the entire election season. COVID just destroyed the election season in 2020. Oh my god. They should do town halls again. Well, yeah, town halls are kind of like open forum debates. Those are good. They should at least definitely do a town hall. Maybe Trump, I don't know if Trump would do that, but I'd like to see Kamala and Trump do a town hall, or Vance do another one with Walz, but there's no way Walz would agree to that. Oregon has 480 yards of offense in the second quarter. Holy shit. Dude, that's the thing with college football. You'll see crazy stats like that. I mean, remember, Tennessee had 37 points in the first quarter of a game. Can Crooks win the elect? I remember when I did that, the Electoral College with Crooks. The reason why I don't see Harris. Boring politics is great. I mean, not for YouTube, unfortunately. But yeah, in general, it would be good if Trump wins. It's definitely it's what we want. Obviously, certainly. I mean, we would be in no matter what happens, we would all be in a significantly worse spot if anything happened to where World War III doesn't even have to happen. If we get on the brink of it, or if there's speculation, all the markets are going to shit. They're all done. Remember what happened with October 7th? Remember what happened when, what was it, Israel responded in like April or something? It wasn't even anything. It was like one missile or something, and everything went to shit. Or it might have been Iran. Gonna miss Trump. Glad he lost in 2020 because now we're getting 12 years. It'd be interesting who Republicans would run. Probably DeSantis. I would imagine it would be DeSantis in 2024 if Trump won. If COVID, well, yeah. Also, the other thing without COVID is Trump's got the incumbent advantage. Trump had his approval rating for him, which was at like 46% or 45% in late 2019. Considering how the media hated him, I mean, those were great numbers. Those were great numbers, and he also had the incumbent advantage. But the incumbent advantage really doesn't matter when you're dealing with COVID and you have to shut the country down. Ashon Jeanty -5. Is that seriously what he is? Is he -5,000 to score a touchdown? That's not even close to even like -1,000 to score touchdowns. Not worth it, man. If Virginia is somehow called for Trump on election night, yeah, people would be saying it's over 100%. Who is the first prominent lib to leave the USA if Trump wins? Dude, there's a dude that tweets out that people say they're going to leave the country if Trump. Nobody really, no liberal has really said that I know of. Remember, they said it in 2016. They didn't follow through. None of them followed through on it. Can you do a live stream? I would not live stream it, man. I'm telling you, when you do a live stream at an event like that, it's very low budget. It's going to be like, 480p. It's not good. I'd rather do a long video like vlog style, and I think that would do a lot better. How was Joker 2? I think it was not as bad as people said it is. There's a hive mentality where people just fall in line with something when there's a common narrative. It's the same exact thing that happened to Alien Covenant. But Alien Covenant was better than Joker 2. But Joker 2 was not great. I mean, but listen, they tried to fit a square peg into a round hole with a musical. It should not have been a musical. Melatonin, I don't like it, man. It's not good for you. It's just I've had issues sleeping. I go to bed at like 2:30 right now. But it's just gonna make it worse if you do that. Mark Cuban, yeah, that was a lie, dude. Cuban got pissy about that. Do you remember that tweet when they said that Cuban would leave the U.S.? They just trolled him. TCU's gonna miss a bowl game. I mean, it's not that surprising to me. Look at this. What do you want me to look at, man? Odds Trump gets shot again in the Butler rally. I would say 0. In general, he like the odds he'll get. I mean, I have to like it. I would say like 10%. Do you have a cameraman yet? No, I don't. I did talk to some people. The problem logistically, it's just not working because they're too far away. Will Joe Rogan have Trump on? He should. I think it'll align where he will have him. There's a big problem, I think, with Rogan not wanting to go to Trump, meaning he wants Trump to come to the studio, and I don't think Trump really wants to do that. So it's like a little, sissy fight between those two on is he going to come to the studio or not? Wasn't expecting a live stream. Yeah, I was at a movie, honestly. I was just like, I mean, normally, I mean, you could say, oh, it's not late night, but I mean, for a live stream, it is late night. I'm not going to stream at 2 a.m. Now I'll stay up till 2 or 3 just because I can't sleep, but how am I not getting the notification? Well, that's a common thing. That's an issue with YouTube in general, where they don't send out notifications on stuff. But it also could be because I've already uploaded 3 videos. But it just depends. They'll sometimes send it out. Vance is VP for all Republican candidates going forward. Anything against the law for a VP server? Yeah, people love Vance now. I mean, he was very, very impressive. He definitely outclassed Walz. I think that's the best case scenario for Republicans. Paul says, do you think that the polling data that is undercounting Trump in 2024 can be viewed the same as 2016 and 2020? Back then, people were much more quiet about their support versus today. Curious on your thoughts. Well, the thing is, Trump doesn't need a similar polling error to 2020 or 2016. Honestly, he doesn't even need a polling error. That's how crazy it is. Because the polls are so low. But I understand. I could definitely see. I think the polls are going to be more accurate than they've been. Because if we get a similar polling error, he's going to win the popular vote by like 3 points. So that's not going to happen. You're right. They're going to be a little bit better, but I think they're still going to underestimate Trump rather than overestimate him. But yeah, more people are more open about their support, especially after the assassination attempt. But I do think they're still underestimating Trump, at least slightly. But even if they're 100% right, Trump wins. I mean, look at the Real Clear Politics average. Trump's at like 287 if you factor all the states and the overall averages. Swift, do you think Trump has a deportation plan? Well, yeah, he has one. It's on his website, and I went over it in a 25-minute video back a while ago, maybe in like April. It's going to be a lot easier with the deportation if you have the chambers. A lot easier. Yeah, the problem with melatonin is you're just chasing shit. It's you're constantly chasing because your body will get used to it. Then you'll have to up it. Then you'll have to up it again. And when you become reliant on it, it's an issue. Karl Marx was misunderstood. Your brother's college professor said that. That's pretty typical. Will you ever continue your September 11th video series? I don't know, man. I'll have to think about that. Is Trump going to win Virginia? I mean, I would probably say no, but he's got a chance, but it's unlikely. How legit is 270 to win page? You know what, man? I actually haven't looked at their overall average. Maybe I'll just take a look at that just because it's something to do. And just react to it live. Because I did look at it. Yeah. So this is. I mean, this seems pretty. What do they have this? I mean, I guess they've got Democrats at 235. You know, you could argue a thing or two with this, including Virginia and Minnesota, but I mean that's I guess. And then isn't there something you can do where you can force it? Dude, this was the site that I used to look at when I was younger. I feel like this was the main site, and then everyone started using that other site. I don't know. Polling map. That's not what I wanted. I don't know. I don't really look at 270 to win. I feel like it's kind of irrelevant at this point. What vids do you enjoy making? I enjoy when there's like speculation. Honestly, those are probably the best videos. I don't know, man. All the videos have kind of like blended together. You know, it's interesting. Back in June and July, it was a lot different. You know, I approached the videos and making the videos a lot different than I do now. Yeah, it's no toss ups. You're right. But I feel like where the hell is that? Am I just freaking blind? Did they have Alabama blue? Is that what it was? Because it did looks like something was weird. No, they didn't. How does lack of support? Yeah, I think the hurricane hurts her a little bit, but the media is running cover for her. How many people do you think will attend the Butler rally? I couldn't even estimate that. What surprise state could Trump win? You're gonna say New Jersey. I don't think he's gonna win New Jersey, man. There's two. You know, he lost it by 16. You're not gonna make up that much. It's just not gonna happen unless it would have to be malpractice from the Dems. It would be. Who is your NFL team? The Browns. Yeah, that wasn't adding up. It does make sense. It must have been a glitch by me or something. Wisconsin is 100% Trump. I mean, I think Wisconsin looks pretty good. You know, the thing we were looking at is apparently the polls are adjusted this time around compared to 2020 or 2016. Says who? I mean, what do you mean adjusted? I'm sure they were saying they were adjusted in 2020 when you compare them to 2016 because they missed so badly on. I mean, like, okay, you can say that, but that doesn't mean it's true. Adjusted in terms of what they're polling people differently. I don't know. Yeah, I mean the thing is, man, with this is Trump is doing a lot better in a lot of these states. The betting, it's been interesting to see. It's been some positive movement. 100K people in Butler. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me at all. I don't know, the location could make it a little bit hard, but I mean with Musk there, it's gonna be a mess, man. Apparently polls are adjusted this time. Oh, I already read that. I'm sorry. Trump could upset in Virginia. It's possible. Will Trump do a rally in Virginia? I don't know. I haven't heard anything about him doing a rally in Virginia, but normally there's still weeks left. I think they'll probably run some internals, and if it's worthwhile, they might do something with Youngkin. Who do you think will win, Ohio State or Oregon? I got to see how Ohio State looks against Iowa. I think Oregon, I think is 2.5-point underdogs in that game, but it might change. I just saw they had 500 yards of offense in the first half. You're the man. Wow, dude, I like that. $3.96. That's like ringing me up for a Monster Energy drink. $3.96. I like that. Paul, I know. I've seen that meme too. We need a woman president. Who cares if we get World War III? It's a big problem, man. The rhetoric is not good. What is the latest poll in Oregon? I mean, come on now. I haven't seen a poll in Oregon since July. You understand? Harris isn't doing many events. Yeah, she had an event. It looked like it was in an abandoned basement. I mean, listen, I haven't been following it tonight because of the movie, but I saw like a few minutes, like an hour ago. She's like, she had like an event in an abandoned basement. I think that checks out for her. Yeah, that playlist, man. You like the 9/11 playlist? I gotta finish that playlist. That playlist is not fully done. I need to add more videos to it because there are more videos. Betting odds aren't really fair because a lot of people are betting for Kamala because they think it will be rigged. I don't know about that. I mean, I think the betting odds are what they are. Take them at face value. That's pretty much it. How was the Joker movie? I thought it was better than people said. I think that it was better than people said, but it wasn't that good. But it wasn't horrible. I mean, people are overreacting to it. Let's be honest. Teleprompter. Yeah, I didn't see it. I saw a tweet about it. That's all I saw about the teleprompter. I don't know. Maybe I should react to it right now. This is the Butlers. This is it, man. This is them setting up, I think, a few hours ago. It's the exact same setup with the cranes and stuff. Oh, yeah, I saw they were refilling this, and they got it back up to like 0.4. They're refilling it, don't worry. Well, Biden spoke tonight. I'm confident it will be free and fair. I don't know whether it'll be peaceful. That's what Biden said. I want to listen to it.
Two separate questions. I'm confident it'll be free and fair. I don't know whether it'll be peaceful. The things that
they have to bring him out. They have to drag him out because of the hurricane.
Things that he said last time out when he didn't like the outcome of the election.
He freaking talks soft, man. I didn't see the movie Twisters. No, I mean, that was a weird thing where people were hyping it. I didn't even know it was out, honestly. But I saw people hyping it. Pennsylvania is the closest. Yeah, Pennsylvania is very close. Trump went ahead there recently by about 3. Michigan's very close. Will you do a 90-minute stream? I don't know, man. I just wanted to get on here and just do a little stream. But I guess I'll just continue it a little bit longer. Chris, I don't think I've heard you mention the work Turning Point USA is doing. Kari Lake will be your biggest miss. Polls are not reflective. Well, no, I mean, I didn't even have a Senate prediction. I do think Kari Lake is going to lose, though. But listen, I agree that there's no way she's losing by 10 points. People are being overdramatic about, oh, she's such a horrible candidate. I think people are being overdramatic about that. I agree. I saw Turning Point in Arizona. I know they're registering voters. It's good to see. 396 goes to 278, 30% YouTube. Yeah, YouTube takes a lot. You know, that is pretty crazy that YouTube does that. You would think they would take like 10%. Taking 30%, I don't know why they take that much. Carrie Lake is unelectable. Well, she nearly won her last election, let's be honest. If she was unelectable, she would have lost by like 10 points. Yeah, you're right, Blaze. I mean, you say I can't help but think the Dems have something up their sleeve, considering they aren't doing any press. They're not doing much work. You're correct. They handled this hurricane terribly. The media has to cover for them and then blame Trump for using it as a photo op. It's horrible. I mean, there's no leadership there. Can we get a close up of your Lego set? Well, I can't really move this. I'll do a room tour, or have to do an office tour or something. Man, I tried to order this second desk. You gotta be careful with ordering these desks, man. How do you, like, you get a desk and it's like, it's metal, but it's flimsy. Like, you can't give me a desk where I can, like, if I'm typing, it can't wobble anywhere. Like, it's just like, you get these cheap desks, it's a problem. You gotta pay like $200 for a desk if you want a decent one, I feel like. Even a smaller desk. You gotta get a really heavy desk to where it can't move at all. Opinions on college football 25. I was a little bit disappointed in it, honestly. I didn't think it was that good. Also, their ratings make no sense. Thoughts on illegals voting? I mean, hopefully they're not voting. I know there's reports. I mean, it's hard to really understand if it's, what's going on, because they report that they're voting, but it's like, I mean, what are we supposed to do with that information? Why don't people like Carrie Lake? Because the problem is, she's very, in terms of, she said some things in Arizona that people don't like. The overall thought is that any normal Republican running in Arizona would win, or at least have a better chance than Lake. That's why. What are possible events in October that might favor Harris or Trump? What, like, things that happen? It's hard to say, man. I mean, anything that happens in terms of like affecting this administration would be good for Trump. Well, they probably want like good jobs numbers, good economy numbers, it's bland stuff like that. I mean, obviously, we'll see if there's any October surprises. I really can't predict what they have on either candidate. You can speculate. Trump going back to Butler, yeah, it'll be good. But dude, honestly, I don't really even care about a lot like that. I think it's just epic with Musk and stuff. Like, that's just such an epic thing, and just the amount of people that are going to be there, and going back to the site where you nearly got shot in the head. It's just, it's just crazy. Vance should have started to talk about. Yeah, he really didn't talk about that much, the Minneapolis stuff. I mean, it was more so like a milk toast type debate. There wasn't a lot of stuff where they get into it with each other and they go at it. And a lot of the topics towards the end were real, I thought, just real kind of useless. Do you think there is a political shift happening and we are about to enter a more conservative time? Well, America in general is more conservative. We're more conservative than Europe. And I mean, I think when you look at the popular vote, we are. I mean, look at like New York. New York is trending to the right by like 10 to 13 points. So I do think, I mean, the difference with some of this stuff is it's hard to quantify because they keep bringing in immigrants. Immigrants are going to vote liberal 70% of the time. So it kind of, even if we do shift right, they're just going to replace it with immigrants. But if Trump wins, it's going to be a lot harder to do that. it's hard to really get a vibe on America because we keep, you know, a lot of the citizens are not reproducing, and then you bring in the immigrants. So it's like, well, are we going to shift right? I mean, I don't. I think so, but I mean, I think there's definitely a lot. Like Trump would, you would never say Trump would win the popular vote in 2020. Nobody, actually, people did think he could win it in 2016, but it seems like now people think he can win it again. How do you not recognize Peter Navarro? I don't know. What do you want me to say about him? Your temperament tells me you're a New Jersey kid. I'm not from New Jersey, man. Jubilee debate. Yeah, I can't watch that. You're not allowed to watch that stuff. They'll copyright you. I tried watching the Charlie Kirk one, and I got they removed my live stream. Vance was better for sure in that debate. Yes. New unemployment figures, everyone knows are BS. I mean, it is what it is, man. We're gonna sit here and argue this and argue crime numbers and things like that. I don't think it really matters one way or another at this point. Chances of World War III happening in what time frame? Do you think there are more opportunities to cheat in one particular state? Well, I guess it depends on the setup of how they count votes. I know they're already prepping people in Pennsylvania for it to be a very bad election cycle. Again, they're saying it's going to take days in Pennsylvania. Not that that's going to signal that it's going to take days in general, but am I a fan of Vance 2028? Well, it just depends. If Trump wins in 2024, then it probably will be Vance. I mean, I think Vance, he looks very, very good. He's young. I mean, you also got, he's younger. What is he going to be, 44 in 2028? That's very young. And we know we're shifting younger. We know there's going to be a big push for younger people, especially if Trump wins, because then liberals are going to say, well, we got to get younger because it's been Biden. And Republicans, I think, are going to get younger with Vance just in general. Do you think the ABC whistleblower story was is actually still in play beyond what on the debate? I don't know if that matters anymore. I think if you're a whistleblower, you need to come forward as ASAP because the news cycle is so rapid and so changing. And I mean, even Lindsay Davis came out and admitted. I mean, I did a video on it. It did very well talking about it. It got like 170K views, where she admitted that they wanted to put an emphasis on fact checking Trump and not Harris because they saw that liberals were pissed off that CNN was not fact checking Trump, and liberals said that CNN let Trump walk over them. I hope it doesn't come down to Pennsylvania. Yeah, if it comes down to Pennsylvania, I do think it's going to be a problem. But if it doesn't, it should be counted really quickly, or the election should be decided by like 2 or 3 a.m. How come on the screen I can't see comments on your stream? So when my comment goes by, I know to ask it again. Because I can't do that, man. It's not. People are gonna say racist things and try and take my stream down. Republicans have the same strategy Democrats did in 2020. Start with the older guy who can clean up the mess and turn it up. Well, I think it's a little bit different. I think Biden was still a corpse in 2020, and they hid Biden as well. There was no energy behind that campaign. Guys, I'm on the verge of banning the name Lickman from my stream. I mean, it's just like, I know people are trolling me, but it's like, dude. Do you think Trump is in the Diddy videos? No, come on. You think Trump there's no way. since most people in North Carolina won't be able to vote. Well, I mean, I don't know if, hopefully they'll still vote. They could still vote. I mean, it's just, it might be a little bit more challenging. There's still a while before the election. From an NCAA hoops video to a daily watch. Oh yeah, man, I do March Madness. I appreciate that, Weston. You should see the View's reaction to the VP debate on X. Much more worse than MSNBC. Well, I mean, CNN's reaction was that they actually said that Vance won. MSNBC did kind of have a triggered look. They were pissed off by it. Thoughts on RFK running in 2028? I don't think that's going to happen, man. I think RFK is, what would he run as? A Republican or an independent? Amateur. I really wish the fact Kamala covered up Biden's cognitive decline was brought up more by the campaign. It's a very good point, and I wondered that will that be something like, is that a potential October surprise? Do they try and highlight that? Do they come out with some type of story in relation to her lying to the American people, saying Biden was fine? When, I mean, she's doing what she's told to do, but still, I mean, she's blatantly lying to people saying his cognitive ability is good. I just wonder if they'll try and do a big story on that or somehow hammer that home with people, because it has been surprising the lack of emphasis they've put on that. Nobody would vote for RFK because of his voice, and you're not going to win as an independent right now. You're not going to win as an independent. Your dog freaks out whenever he's in Springfield, Massachusetts. He doesn't understand it's a different Springfield. You think Obama's been running the government the whole time? Yeah, I mean, there's a number of them that I think are running it that are certainly not Biden or anyone within his administration. Yeah, did you see what James Carville like rage quitted and he was just like, "What the fuck are you doing?" He was freaking pissed off, dude. Look at this. Well, this was before the event. I mean, to be honest, this was before the event, but it's, yep, what if that was during the event? No, that was before the event. But like, there's like 10 seats there. I mean, what is this? This is a presidential campaign, one of her big rallies. I mean, this is, God, I hope Trump gets like 100K tomorrow. Trump will get like 100K. Isn't the point of October surprise to be something that most people don't know and not Kamala hiding Biden's cognitive? Well, it could also be something where we don't know the extent of what she hid. An amazing crowd, but even if the crowd was filled up, there's like 20 seats there. I mean, do you think the Dems are going to try and pack? Well, I mean, I don't think they're going to be able to. They're not going to be able to do that. The one time the Republicans have the advantage and they scream and shout, am I going to go to Butler? I haven't decided yet. I might go there, yeah. You think Trump's getting 100K? I mean, with Musk there, man, it's going to be maybe even more. Maybe even more than 100K, man. Looks like a school assembly. Oh, man. Romney 2012, Biden 2020 as well. That's Biden would draw that type of crowd. He got lucky with COVID. What is my opinion on Tucker Carlson's tour around the country? I really haven't. I mean, I have seen ads for it on X, but I haven't really been following it. What's up, bro? Hopefully Elon has a top-notch. Yeah, they're gonna have it secured with Elon there, man. They're gonna have the best security, right? The best private security. What do you think of the Dems' new fake document about January 6th? I didn't see that. Did that just come out? Howdy, howdy, ho. I don't know. I can't see. The rest of your name is blocked out. I'm seeing a lot of people in blue cities fed up with the immigration issue, crime, money spent. Do you think any blue cities will turn red? Well, they might be slightly more conservative, but any of those big cities are very, very young population, so it's going to be hard to actually turn them. And there's the population density is so ridiculous. I mean, there's millions of people in many of those big cities, so turning them is very, very hard. A lot of them end up just either dealing with it or rage quitting and moving to like a more friendly type liberal city like Austin, Texas, or maybe like a more conservative but still liberal city, like less extreme. I mean, the crime is terrible in a lot of like Chicago, parts of New York, parts of San Francisco, parts of LA. Philadelphia is horrible, I hear. Someone is going to be on the sloped roof. Yeah, maybe a cardboard cutout. Yeah, this is the Harris rally. This is like this is as big as the crowd got. No, I'm kidding. This was like before the event, but even this is just like even if she fills it up, there's just nobody there. Or even if it's just there's no seats. The fact that Biden in 2020 was sharp and still seen as a corpse is very telling. As soon as he was inaugurated, his cognitive ability sunk. Yeah, he was a little bit better. To be fair, he was a little bit better in 2020 in terms of his cognitive. I mean, it just goes to show you how bad it is now, though, when you compare it. Because it was still bad in 2020. Jimmy Carter made it to 100 begrudgingly. I mean, did you see him? What up, Big Pimpin'? What's up, man? Harris supporters try and say Trump rallies are empty on X. I don't know why they try and do that, but I mean, I guess they're gonna lose the debate 100 times out of 100. It's like debating immigration with them. Is there going to be an issue with people being able to get to the polls in hurricane ravaged areas? Yeah, well, that's been a rumor that could be a problem. I mean, it's still over a month away. So if this happened like a week before the election, I think we'd be on a code red alert there in those areas. But the fact that it's a month away, I think as long as they're registered, you could do the mail in, but there's again, it's a month away. You think YouTube is shadow banning me? There's no way. Well, I mean, honestly, I just hit that 180K. I mean, like a few days ago. To be fair, I don't know, man. I really haven't noticed it if they are. Oils, what's up, man? I appreciate the $2. A big acquisition for myself. Where are you from? I'm from Ohio. Looks like a fan meetup. Yeah, this was my first annual fan meetup. They took a photo of it. We got a nice little New Way Forward poster. We're patriots. We got the American flag up. You think they will start a war? I don't think they'll start a war, man. I know that's like, it keeps Biden in office or whatever. Or I guess Harris. I live in Moscow, Russia. Guys, this is if Trump somehow loses, I'll pull up I'll pull up a one-way flight to fucking Moscow, Russia. Because the one dude said I'm gonna go to live in Russia. I'll pull up a fucking I'll rage quit off the stream or just pull up a fucking flight and buy it to Moscow. Then I'll have to refund it. Yeah, he didn't say he was excited to vote for. There's people that are speaking for Jimmy Carter. It's very sad what's going on there. Do these more often. The meetup. Been watching you since only a few thousand. I appreciate the support, man. A lot of liberals hated when Walz and Kamala said they have guns. I don't think they really care. They know that you have to say that to try and win independence, I guess. Well, they have to say that because people are worried about them doing gun grabs and buybacks. Will we have an election night live stream? That's the plan. I mean, I think everyone's going to be streaming on election night, to be fair. What other country would you live in? That's very hard, dude. I really can't see myself. I mean, I guess you could argue that, like, in terms of similarity, like, Canada is similar. I mean, it's more liberal, but I don't know. Recently, there's been some crazy polls out of Canada where they're turning right wing. Their younger people are turning right wing in Canada. But, in terms of lifestyle, I mean, I guess there's places, I don't know. I never really loved Europe, to be honest. People go to Europe. It's like all these white Americans go to Europe and they just fall in love with it. I mean, I'm sure they've got beautiful areas and stuff. I don't know, man. I'd have to look into it. I need to go to my hometown, Dublin, Ireland. Wait, isn't Conor McGregor going to be the leader of Ireland? I was driving home and clicked on a video of mine a month ago, and you're part. I appreciate that, Ben. You get treated like royally in Mexico. Yeah, you have to go to the good places in Mexico, though. I hear Mexico is very, like, absurdly cheap. As long as you go to the right cities, obviously. Mexico is very dangerous, depending. What are the odds of a Republican sweep? Well, I would say it's probably about a 40% chance. How are the polls looking for majority control of the House? It's looking at around a 40%. I think if Trump wins, he's probably going to win by enough to where he'll pull people over and they'll get a very slim majority in the House. I do think that. I mean, but there's also a potential scenario where they barely lose the House with Trump winning, and then obviously they win the Senate. Move to New Zealand. Yeah, dude, New Zealand is like, what are they, 22 hours ahead of us or something? When I was younger, I wanted to find like I just like finding like the places that are furthest ahead. There's like, I think it's called Christmas. I don't know if it's called Christmas Island, but there's an island that's like, I mean, it's so far ahead of us, it's not even funny. And then Alaska is like, I think 5 hours behind. There's a place in Alaska that's maybe 6 hours behind me. That's the furthest behind. Yeah, it seems like with what happened with Trudeau, and I think that trucker protest was the last straw in Canada, honestly. And then they tried to gaslight about that too. The media did. They'll just never learn. I think it was the last straw. Why are they saying Republicans will lose the House? Well, because technically, I mean, if you look at the polling numbers and the data, it's like 60% chance Dems keep the House, but I think a lot of it depends on how well Trump does. Senate should be won either way, yes. At least I would say 52. New Zealand has a 35% income tax, really, for everyone. Well, you know what you learn about the state income tax? It doesn't necessarily matter too much because you're going to get hit with a tax one way or another. They'll just raise the property taxes if they don't have a state income. Do you think Mitch is going to be? You're not talking about Mitch McConnell, are you? Please no. Marcus, what's up, man? I like the pumpkin, man. I do like the pumpkin. Am I gonna turn on MSNBC? I think you got to go to CNN. Honestly, I mean, I guess you got to go to both. You got to do a simul double take. You got to look at both of them. Yeah, I did. I do remember what GoFundMe did during that. That was crazy, man. Am I gonna be live on Halloween? I don't know. Maybe I'll try and do a Halloween video or something. Who do you watch for election night? I watch all of them. I switch. Or that I did switch. It's going to be different this time. How much of a bump will Obama give Harris? Yeah, I mean, I can't really say anything on that. I mean, I don't know, man. Obama's kind of irrelevant. I don't know. I mean, I guess he still runs their party and he's going to try and help. I understand that. Campaign ads, rate the effectiveness. Do you want me to grade the campaign ads, really? Come on, man. I don't want to sit here and grade campaign ads. What an odd request. Jim Health channel. The YouTube channel, you're saying? Can I get a happy birthday? Yeah, Scotty, a happy birthday, man. If Obama was white, he would have lost in 2012. Well, that's kind of the reason Obama was picked. I mean, it would have changed everything if he was white, obviously. Russia does sound attractive. Well, go live with Edward Snowden. I mean, look at. But where does Snowden live? It seems like they just kind of he lives in like a dungeon, and then he comes out and does a live stream once a year. No, I'm kidding, but it kind of seems like that. Snowden lives in like a castle. He just comes out once a year, does a live stream. He does the live stream in a dungeon. Like there's just black behind him on Rogan. He goes on there. Can they change election day to a weekend or consider it a national holiday? Well, I think they should dude, I thought when I was younger, everyone got off to vote. That to me, that makes no sense that that's not like that. I think everyone agrees. Certainly liberals, conservatives. It should everyone should be off on election day. I mean, that's come on. Who's worse, MSNBC or The View? MSNBC because they are on all the time. The View is just kind of a gnat that just kind of buzzes around and then it just gets swatted. MSNBC, it's a constant barrage. Ron DeSantis is going to win in 2028. You realize if DeSantis wins in 2028, I think that would mean Trump loses in 2024. Do you think that after Trump serves his term that whoever he endorses would automatically get the nomination? Well, I think he would endorse I don't think he would endorse Don Jr. I think it would be Vance. But I think dude, if he actually endorsed Don Jr., Lord help us. I mean, you want to talk about a mess? Because I think most people would want Vance. But and then he endorses Don Jr. and I think he would endorse Vance because he's got Vance as his VP. What day does election day fall on? I think it's a Tuesday. Every time. What does a new way forward mean? It means continuing the exact same shit they've done with Biden. It's the same thing. You can't wait to see, their View's reaction. It'll be racism. They'll say America's racist. How could America? They're so racist. It's racist white people. It's all racist white people. Just let them lash out. Just let them lash out. Let them say everything's racist. Yeah, we don't want them to win the House. That would be a pain in the ass. What are my odds on Trump winning? I think Trump's got like a 90% chance to win, honestly. Pretty bad and boring slogan. Yeah, I mean, they really don't have a slogan. It doesn't even make sense. Yeah, who watches The View? Yeah, I don't think I've never actually tuned into The View once in my life. The only time I've ever seen The View is on clips on X. I've never actually turned on The View on TV ever. And I think most people can agree with that in the chat. I mean, Syracuse UNLV game of the year, really? Yeah, those are two good offenses. Imagine if Chuck Schumer ran in 2028 for president. Dude, he's a cockroach. They'd have to get a freaking exterminator to get him out of the White House. What do you think of eliminating income tax? Trump can't do that. But even if it happened, they would tax you more heavily on property tax. Will Van Jones say it's a white lash? I don't know. He already used that in 2016. He might need something a little bit more of a heavy hitter than white lash. We're gonna need a little bit more of a heavy hitter. No way. 59-52, man. What is with these college football games? Yeah, you're trolling me, man. You trolling me. But that still is a pretty good game. Kyle McCord always throws for a ton of yards now. 248. Big fan of your YouTube channel. Been following you since the assassination attempts. I appreciate that, man. Man, Michigan State is they're not going to cover that spread. That's like a 24-point spread. They're not going to cover. Thoughts on Mark Cuban? He's an Elon wannabe. He's jealous of Elon, so he's trying to be the opposite. That's the actual analysis on Mark Cuban that no one else will say. Is Minnesota going to be a toss-up? I don't think it's really a toss-up. I think it's a Harris lean for sure. You will be at the Butler rally, wondering how much you should show up. You showed up 5 hours before. Wait. I got to ask you some questions about that. So you're going to the Butler rally. So you showed up 5 hours before. Wow, I appreciate that. A $50 donation from Kevin Durr. I don't know if it's Kevin Durant or I can't see the last name, but I appreciate that, man. A big $50 dono. Who do you think he could win the popular vote? Yeah, I would say he's got like a 25%. I'd say he's got like more like a 40% chance actually. They've got him around 25. But I think he's got around a 40% chance to win the popular vote. So you went to the Butler rally and you showed up 5 hours before. Was everybody allowed in, or was it like still a lot of hype to that? Because that was like back in July. It was in a rural place. I mean, what can you tell me about that? Gonna do any college basketball vids? I mean, it's more of like March Madness, I think, man, for that. Yeah, I'd say Trump's got like a 25% chance to win Virginia. Showed up 5 hours early because I know how big, but figured it was going to be bigger than last time for symbolic reasons. I might show up at like 10. Well, dude, you're going to have to show up very early. My question is, did you get in like when you showed up 5 hours early? But dude, this one you have to understand. You know Elon Musk is going to go there. I do want to go there tomorrow, honestly. Maybe I'll see you there, man. But you need to show up real early. You must be a local then. Because Musk is going to be there. Apparently all the like influencers are going to be there or some shit. Mike Pence is not endorsing Trump. Well, that's not surprising. Let's be honest. Trump just said in a North Carolina rally, women are smarter than men. Yeah, he said that multiple times. He's trying to get the female vote because he's been losing it. So he's pandering a little bit. He said that a few times when I was reacting live to his streams. I was reacting live to his rallies on my stream. Yeah, that's a good question. Ryan Williams or Jeremiah Smith? You got to go Jeremiah Smith. TCU got blown out. That's what people were saying. I know it's not on here because it's only ranked matchups. Will you stream the Butler rally? No, it would be a video. It wouldn't be a stream. You stream from there. It's just not good quality, man. Are you thinking of going? Make sure you get there early. Yeah, that's the problem. You got to get there really early. It's like 2 hours away. Dude, honestly, I think people are going to be there at like 5 a.m. Like, that's a problem. Yeah, I think Mike Pence is a guest speaker at the Butler rally. Why is the United States trying to fix climate change when Canada and India are burning 80%? Well, you know how bad it is in India. You know what India does surrounding New Delhi and their major cities? Well, they just got a ridiculous population. They'll get just bad smog from the amount of cars. I'm not even kidding, because the population is so ridiculous. They have so many cars in an area, and then they'll also do like crop burning. They'll burn off all the crops to get all the insects off, and that'll contribute to it as well. It's very bad for the environment. They were told to stop doing that. India has horrible air quality. Oh my god. Well, dude, the thing that they'll say about China, what they'll do is they'll say per capita, because if you factor in the amount of people that China has compared to the United States, we still have a worse admission rate per capita. Per capita really is irrelevant when it comes to just the environment. It's just based off of raw numbers, but per capita, they would say that we're worse than China, or it's like close. But if it's just based off of raw numbers, China is way worse, but they also have a much bigger population. Yeah, I know. I know you can switch to all the games. I've been on this screen a lot, dude. What do you want me to? You want me to see the TCU game? Jacksonville State 63 points. The hell? Houston won 30-19. Yeah, Houston's not even that good either. I mean, that's. Oh, there's a highway under construction. God damn it, dude. On my way to the Butler rally. Dylan Gabriel did not get benched, bro. You got to stop. India has well, we're not talking about India when you talk about CO2 emissions. India is not higher than the United States or China. Do you think is Kamala spending a lot of money? I haven't even seen how much money she's spending compared to Trump. Give West Arizona. It is realistic. Yeah, no, we have been going down in terms of the admissions. You're correct. What state is your vote going towards? Ohio. Spending doesn't buy votes. It depends. I mean, you have to utilize it properly. It helps though, but it's not a guarantee. Wait, you just said Gary Johnson is speaking about Aleppo tomorrow? I added that in there, but no, I agree with Gary Johnson. What the fuck's Aleppo? Rachel Maddow versus Chris Cuomo. I think Cuomo takes it. Maddow would start raging though. She'd start crying. Rasmussen. Well, that's just one poll. You're looking at one poll. You got to take more than that into account than one Rasmussen poll. The Butler rally is tomorrow at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, but you got to be there at like 10 a.m. or some shit. Yeah, no, I saw the second Joker. I talked about it at the beginning of the stream. I think people are. It wasn't that good, but it's not the worst thing in the world. I don't think it's that terrible. People are overreacting to it. They're saying it's horrible. It's a hive mentality. You heard Elon was showing up. Yeah, apparently, like the whole Trump family's going to be there. Elon's going to be there. There was a whole list of people that were going to be there. I didn't exactly see it, but I saw it was a massive list. Yeah, it's like a musical. That I don't know why they did that. It's not a good idea to make it a musical. Is there a twist at the end of the movie? Yeah, there is. Real Core Politics has been dead silent all day. I've seen polls on X. I don't know. They must not be putting them into Real Clear Politics. Have you ever traveled overseas? Just to vacation spots, not to Europe or Asia, neither of those places, but to vacation spots like the Dominican. I went to Punta Cana, Jamaica. Popular vote prediction. I think probably Trump win. I think Trump probably loses it right now by like half a point or to a point. If I had to predict, to be fair. Inter- Interactive polls, that X account. Really, they went dead silent. Really, I saw them tweeting a bunch today. I don't know, man. Maybe I haven't been keeping up with them enough. Dumb poly market whales waking up. Maybe. I mean, maybe this is the whale's big dump onto Trump, right? Spent a month in the Dominican a year ago. Yeah, I went for a week back in like maybe 2015. I don't know. If I meet you there, I will have to show you the. Yeah, man. Why don't you DM me on Twitter or something so I know who you are. I, wait, how many people were there in July? You're saying it was packed in July? It seemed like it wasn't that packed in July because if you look, there was like a bunch of empty space, but I don't know. I mean, it would make sense. Yeah, Kamala froze because her teleprompter broke. I did see that. I saw about. I might have to do a video on that or something. In August, Kamala was outspending Trump by 5 million every day. Is that serious? Seriously, by $5 million every day? Do you have the total figures? Yeah, Michigan is getting close. Getting the job done. Yes, right. It's not all the jobs you added back. She's in the basement. I can't play this bullshit song. There's 10 people there. It's a freaking press. That's a rally? Yeah, go ahead and DM me that video. There's like 10 people there. They're all press. Here's the clip.
Today we got 32 days until the election. So 32 days. 32 days. Okay, we got some business to do. We got some business to do.
She's stalling.
All right. 32 days. And we know we will do it.
They have to cheer.
And this is going to be a very tight race until the very end. This is going to be a very
32
tight race until
days?
the very end. We are. Today we got
Dude,
32 days until the election.
They're cheering. 32 days. 32 days.
So 32 days.
32 days, yes.
32 days.
32.
Okay, we got some business to do. We got some
I gotta
business
stall
to do.
some more. Oh, man. 32 days. We got some business to do. I gotta stall some more. All right, guys, that is gonna do it for this live stream. It's almost midnight, so I'll be seeing you later. But yeah, this is it's getting close to the. I mean, it's she just said. I mean, she said 32 days. She wanted to remind us. It is getting close. So I don't know how many more streams there are gonna be like this. I'm sure it's gonna ebb and flow and change a little bit, but. That's definitely something you got to do a video on. 32 days. Going live tomorrow? I don't think so, man. I don't know what's going to be happening tomorrow, honestly. I think it's just going to be... It might just be like 2 videos. I might try and do a video in the morning and then go to the rally. I don't know. We'll have to see. Send me the video. All right, man. That's fine. You can send me the video. We are now officially a month away. What is it, 31 days now? Because it's midnight. It's only 8:50. Well, yeah, you're in Pacific time zone.